thank you
So thank you for the questions
ค่ะขอบคุณมากค่ะเดี๋ยวรับของรางวัลไปเลยนะคะมีของแจก
If you do not have
นี่
any
ค่ะเป็น
questions
USB thumb drive ค่ะแล้วก็มีท่านไหนอีกไหมคะ
we have a question here
yes
What is the licensing policy for backup exec server? Do we have to have one license per server, or we can only buy one license for all servers for the company?
Are you going to be in the second session?
Which track?
The same track after this. We're going to be talking about the licensing changes for BE.
Okay.
But anyway, in your BE environment, what you have to buy is a BE server, the media server that performs the backup. You've got to have a copy of backup exec that runs on the server. And depending on if you have any applications to be protected. For example, you have an Active Directory, Exchange, SQL, you have to go and get agents for AD, agents for Exchange, and agents for SQL.
How about for branch office? Do we have to have one license for branch office?
If you can perform a remote backup across the WAN, you only have to get one copy of BE. Okay. But normally it's not feasible to perform backup over the WAN, the slow WAN. So in that case, you should get 2 copies of backup exec and set up replication between the two. I will talk about the replication technologies in BE in the next sections. You should consider to set up replications for remote scenario like this, rather than performing a full backup across the WAN link.
One more question.
Sure.
Is there any quick comparison between Microsoft Server backup and recovery and what is that? And backup exec?
Are you talking about the
quick
basic
comparison?
Are you talking about the anti-backup? Which backup you're talking about?
As server backup. Like
So I'm not sure if you're talking about the DPM, the Microsoft Data Protection Manager. If not, you're probably talking about the anti-backup, the very fundamental anti-backup that's being included in all Windows. Okay, just for your information, backup exec 20 years ago was the one who made the anti-backup in Windows 3.x. So if you go and type anti-backup-exe, it is powered by Veritas, which is backup exec. Okay, so the quick difference between the two is that we protect all Microsoft applications plus all your virtualized environment, whether it's a VMware environment or whether it's a Hyper-V environment. We perform a single backup of your machines, and if we let you recover the whole image, a photo, a file, or even a single mail item with a single pass backup. You won't get that with Microsoft backup. Of course, we also have a lot more other enhanced features. In backup exec environment, we come with a few default features when you purchase BE. If that's not enough or sufficient for your environment, we do provide multiple options, backup exec options, that you can install on top of your backup exec that enhance your features. For example, we talk about deduplication technologies. It's not part of BE. You have to go and buy a deduplication options, and then you install it onto your backup exec server so that it has the dedup technologies. Any other questions?
โอเคแล้วนะคะ
So we still have a few minutes for the sections. I will have a few questions. So if you know the answers, just please put up your hand.
ค่ะขอบคุณมากนะคะสำหรับคำถามค่ะนี่ค่ะ แล้วก็มีท่านใดอีกไหมคะขออีกหนึ่งคำถามค่ะมีไหมเอ่ย
The first question here being, can you name just one recovery technologies in SDL? Just one. I've talked about a few. Can you just name one recovery technologies included in SDR? Remember, SDR is a general concept in backup exec, simplified disaster recovery. It's not a new technology. It includes a few key technologies. Can you just name one? Or can I? Sorry? Bare metal. So you're going to get all the gift, right? So remember, the SDR includes bare metal recovery, this similar hardware recovery, B2V, P2V, physical to virtual, backup set to virtual, okay? They're all included as free. The second question is, if you want to be able to enjoy all these new SDR features, what is the first key requirements on your protected machine? Not you again. I'm sorry. For you to be able to perform a SDR, what is the first requirement on this box? Every single technology depends on this key requirement.
มีท่านไหนตอบได้ไหมคะ
So do you want to share the answer to this one? Sorry? The answer is almost correct. You're going to have to install agents for Windows Server on this board. But the ultimate answer is you have to perform at least one SDR backup. For you to be able to perform a SDR backup, of course, you're going to install the agents for Windows Server on this machine first. But that's a good response. Anyway, thank you. So the last one, and it's going to be an easy one. What is the cost to you if you want to enjoy SDR? Zero cost. It's now part of backup exec, okay? Backup exec is now a data protection plus a DR solutions, okay? If you know a little bit on the SSR, the Symantec System Recovery, have you used that before? The BSR, it was called BSR in the past, and then we changed the name to SSR 2011. The major difference between these two, the SDR and SSR, is that the one that you have to pay for, SSR, that one use a snapshot technologies. And the one that comes with BE use a typical backup technologies. So with SSR, it takes a snapshot backup of the whole server, a whole snapshot. It only requires a few minutes to perform the backup. When you want to recover that to a machine, the snapshot backup can be recovered in a few minutes time. But with the SDR that comes with Backup Excel, it uses traditional backup technologies. So all backup will go to a .dr file, and when you want to perform a recovery, it's going to look into that big DR file and find all the required information for you to be restored onto a separate box. That takes time. But that takes away all the hassles of installing the OS patch, the application patch. You do not have to perform all this. The SDR will take care of all this for you. So these are the major difference or differentiation between SDR, the one which is free, and SSR, the one that you have to pay for. Okay? So if you do not have any other questions, we're going to conclude the first sessions. The next one, we're going to talk about the relay and virtualization support in Backup Excel. Thank you.
ค่ะขอเสียงปรบมือให้คุณซิลเวียนอึ้งค่ะ